2021 NFL season wraps up, it is about time that they are going to be handing out the awards for the regular season. I feel like a lot of them are pretty clear cut, but regardless though, I'm going to be giving my predictions on them, who I think they should be anyways. The only award I will not be covering is the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, because I don't feel like going through every candidate's contributions to their community. But as a Bears fan, I'm just going to say Jimmy Graham on top, and we're going to move on from there. So we're going to get right into the video though. If you guys do enjoy and you want to see some more videos like this, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And with that said, let's get right into it. We're going to start out with Coach of the Year. So honorable mention would be Mike Vrabel for what he did for that Titans team after Derrick Henry went down. He was still able to bring that team to the 1 seed in the AFC. In my opinion, my Coach of the Year is Zach Taylor. Last year, Zach Taylor had a very inexperienced team on the Bengals. He had one of the worst records in the league. He was near the bottom of the league in scoring per game. He did have some injuries throughout, and just players just weren't very good. But this year, with a mostly healthy team, they won the AFC North. They were 7th in the league in scoring, and while I don't think this is going to be considered, they made the Super Bowl. They beat the Chiefs in the regular season and in the postseason, which is very unheard of for a lot of teams, as well as the first-seeded Titans to make it. Postseason accomplishments aren't going to be made. Overall, he brought a team that was expected to probably be a lottery team this year to the Super Bowl. I think that's very impressive. I think he is probably one of the more underrated coaches in football. Like, that's just crazy to me. Yeah, Super Bowl is going to be fun to watch. For Comeback Player of the Year, my honorable mention would be Joe Burrow, but I think Dak Prescott's for sure going to win it. Don't get me wrong, Burrow had to go through a lot to come back, a lot of rehab after those injuries. After those injuries, Burrow had to go through a lot of rehab and all that. And Prescott had to do the same thing, but he also had a lot going on mentally, personally, with his family. He was 7th in the NFL in passing yards. He tied 4th in touchdowns. He had the 3rd best passer rating in the league. And they did win the NFC East. Now, that's not really an accomplishment because the East kind of blows, but like, still very impressive, even if it didn't translate and he ended his season on a very boneheaded play. But no, in my opinion, I think it's close, but I think Dak for sure clears it. For Defensive Rookie of the Year, my honorable mention for Defensive Rookie of the Year would be Javon Holland from Miami. But I do think Micah Parsons is going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. He just had an off-the-chart year. He was 6th in the NFL in sacks. He had 84 combined tackles. He tied 6th in the league in forced fumbles. And he was probably the anchor of that defense. He was one of the main reasons why that defense was actually competent. But he had a great year. For Offensive Rookie of the Year, I feel like this is obvious. Now, for an honorable mention, because I kind of have to, I'll put Mac Jones in there. In my opinion, Jamar Chase is the undisputed Offensive Rookie of the Year. He led the entire AFC in yards per catch, in yards per game, and in receiving touchdowns. Chase is the main weapon on that team, and that's saying something considering the other main weapon on that team is also a 1,000-yard receiver on the year. Not to mention you have guys like Joe Mixon as well, who's getting the ball a decent amount, CJ Uzoma. I just realized I'm putting a lot of Bengals in consideration, but if we're being real, it's kind of deserved. They're having a great year. Nah, but Chase, I think, is only going to get better, and I think that's scarier for the league. For Defensive Player of the Year, honorable mention goes to Myles Garrett, but in my opinion, it is no doubt TJ Watt. Watt had an historic year. He was 1st in the league in sacks. Not only that, he tied the all-time record for most sacks in a season. He was 5th in forced fumbles. He tied 1st in recovered. I don't want to say single-handedly, but he basically carried that Steelers team to a playoff spot when they had no business being in the playoffs, if we're going to be real. Watt has emerged as one of the best defensive players in football, probably the best, for sure this year. Everyone has their own opinions, so, go with what you want, but no doubt. No doubt in my mind. Now, Offensive Player of the Year. This was kind of a tough one to do. I feel like there's not really an argument for it. Honorable mention would be Deebo Samuel due to how well he did play this year. But Cooper Kupp, in my opinion, is going to be Offensive Player of the Year. 2nd all-time for one season in receptions. Almost 2,000 receiving yards. Was 1st in the NFL and 2nd all-time. He led the league in receiving yards a game and in receiving touchdowns. Am I going to say he's always going to be this way? No. I'm not going to say Cooper Kupp's going to be the best receiver for the next 5 years or so. But right now, he is the best receiver in football. You could say whatever you want about Devontae Adams or whatever due to longevity, the amount of dominance that he has had. But there's no doubt that Cooper Kupp is the best receiver right now. And now for MVP. Honorable mention going to Tom Brady, who did have a really good year for his final year. But Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, is the MVP for this year. I feel like I bring up Aaron Rodgers a lot in these videos, but, for topic reasons. And also, he is just that good. He's a player I hate, but you can't deny him. It's almost 69% completion which was 3rd in the NFL. He was 10th in the NFL in passing yards. He tied 4th in passing touchdowns. He threw the least amount of picks in the league and had the best passer rating. I said, I do not like Aaron Rodgers. Not only as a Bears fan, even if I wasn't a Bears fan, I am not a huge fan of him just because I do think he's genuinely a weirdo. But talent-wise, you can't really deny. And I know people are going to say that Brady did have more yards, he had more touchdowns, but he threw almost 200 attempts more than Aaron Rodgers did. So, of course, he's going to have more touchdowns. Of course, he's going to have more whatever. So that's why I think it's very close. I think Brady had an excellent season. He had the 3rd most yards all time in a season, and he also was 1st in the NFL in passing touchdowns. The amount of efficiency that Rodgers had, and as little as he actually did throw the ball, I think that's what kind of secures it. But there we go. Those are my predictions for all of the NFL award winners for this year. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you do enjoy the video and you want to see some more like it. Until then, that's it for me, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.